Hello and welcome back, Leos. We're going to go straight into your reading, starting with the left-hand side. Now, where I see these cards, they won't reflect with everybody. So tell everybody just take out of the reading what you can, because we are for entertainment purposes only. But having said that, I would like you to like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Now, if I go to the left-hand side of your readings, I would like to show you that we're starting off with the mature lady, the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles always relates to having a little bit of completion around her. Now, that's looking like there's news coming about finances to me when I'm looking at that card. The energy speaking that, although we're looking at what we've got around us, it's an abundance. So the card speaks of news of money, or news of coming in with money. I know it's a bad time out there, and redundancies can be on the cards, but not for everyone. Now, this is kind of also where I say she's a completion card. She's a mature lady. We can have worked hard for our money, so it's about having that little bit of enjoyment as well, and having the pleasures in life that we've worked very, very hard for. I see that the word Wheel of Fortune comes in also for you, Leos. Now, the wheel relates to having things moving. So we're wanting things to start getting going and moving. Although in the past, I feel like I'm going into your past, things have gone really, really slow. You've gone up and down, and you've been travelling around the same old circle for far too long now. So this card relates to things going up and down and rotating, but you were starting to get moving. That's the main thing. So it's ideas and everything else you're putting into motion. So getting yourself moving there. You pulled the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess will also relate to inner guidance or inner secrets as well. She's unity, and she's the most spiritualist card I ever have in my pack. So again, it's about listening to me. I feel like the energy is speaking to us about listening to decisions and ideas that you've got coming in here. But I also feel like you've got to safeguard some things and not share everything. You've got to hold on to some things. You don't I can put this off, feeling that the energy is speaking to me is that you're the guardian of your own secrets, if you like. So you don't have to share and be exposed to everything and everybody. Just safeguard and don't show your hand to everybody here. But I feel like she's unity and she's strength, and this is what you can be around other people that's struggling a little bit on the path here. So again, guiding secrets are holding on to some information there. I see also that we've got Leos with you that, although I like the parade that's coming here, sometimes your parades are very short-lived. So enjoy the moment that you've got there. If somebody's giving you some praise here, enjoy it and at the moment, because although things can be up and down with you, and this is why the wheel takes you up and it takes you down. It's about wanting you to move, getting moving, and enjoy your moment that you've got, and enjoy the laughter and the success that is around you, even if it is only short-lived. We do stand your ground, you though, and you will stick your heels and stand your ground when you need to do that and protect what's rightfully yours. Although you're doing that right now, he's showing you these cards are there saying, look, I know things are difficult and things can prop up around us, but I'm prepared to fight my ground now and knock things down that I don't need to have in my way. So you're prepared to knock down the obstacles. So even though I say your parade's short-lived, you're now moving forward with obstacles you do need to hold. Knock out your way. I see there you've got the Five of Pentacles. Now the Five of Pentacles relates, Leos, to you feeling a little bit like neglected in one sense, but also it's the lousiest card in the pack. It's the poverty card. We relate to looking into things where we sometimes feel that we haven't got enough energy, enough time, enough money, but it's a lousy card. But like I said, you've got the wheel to start you moving. Now sometimes you can feel very isolated. You can shut yourself off as well at times. If you don't want to speak to people, you won't. And this is how you're reflecting this moment in time, is where I want you to know that there's others through your emotion and sometimes very difficult times that you're trying to break free from. There'll always be somebody there following you, picking up the pieces and holding your strength together, so they'll never desert you. So you're very strong within people and friendships around you, so you'll never be deserted. I see that you've got to have a little bit of that art to art as well, because I feel like in situations at home, you just need to resolve a few issues that may arise around you. So it's about it being in a happy dwelling place, in a relationship wise, also within structural wise as well. I feel there's more things you want doing. So that little bit of push there and a little bit of nagging to get things done that you want, but again, where we're moving forward and ideas are now being built around home. The King of Wands comes for you. Now, the King of Wands, it can be a little bit kind of hard to get on with sometimes. So linked into that where you are, Leos, is you can be strong characters. You're determined. You don't need anybody else to tell you how to do your thing. You can do your own. And when you set your ideas in motions, sometimes you've got to be aware that you don't forget the other people that's on your path with you, that you don't go around kind of putting all your ideas and decisions and not listening to someone else's either. So because you can be very firm in what you want, and you can be very forceful at the times, but don't do it at the expense of other people. I see that you are looking at your route ahead of you and your journey forward, and I know you step on it so many times and the ideas that you want to go forward with, but Doc, I said don't do it at the expense of others. And I feel like your journey's starting, but you keep turning round off of it. You keep setting yourself back. But note that if you look forward, there is opportunities, but you've got to decide when the right time is to move on this one, because I feel like you're starting to think, well, I could do this, I could put that idea there, I could start that. So it's about growth as well. I see that you've got a major card at the back I'm drawn to now, is the North. Now that is the beginning of putting your feet on new pathways. She's completion and also beginning of new. So it's deciding what risks we don't want to take. So be careful when you're making these choices, and that you've come through and worked through all the obstacles that's been in front of you. And I do feel you do this because I'm going to the centre cards where I've got my problem solving card here. It's about I've looked at what all these hard things I've gone through, all these difficult roads I've travelled on, and I've always managed to come through. Now, although you've had all the experience of a very tough road, you've got to know that you don't have to keep looking back on this road, because if you do keep looking back on it, you'll find that you keep picking up old wounds and you keep injuries that you felt very strongly about. So it's time to stack them all behind you and you've come through the worst and difficult times, because the world is underneath you there. Now the World card is, again, it's a completion card. It's a great card to have because it starts and it's a complete new road for your head. Although I see that you're not happy with this, because underneath we've pulled the card that shows that we can be actually in a bit of a nightmare. So although I've got the world and the things you're picking out and choosing the directions you're going to go in, your old wounds keep coming up to surface to keep reminding you of your past hurt and situations. So your hand there, but what I do not want you to do is kind of not deal with things, face things, because facing fears, it goes away. Fears are man-made. So remember this, although I feel like very anxious with you and very difficult times and your hands in your head at time to time, take them out, because things can not be as bad as what you're fearing. So your nightmare not be quite as bad as what you're thinking it's going to be. As I said, these for entertainment purposes only, they won't reflect with everybody. I see then at the top of these cards there to the right hand side is the memory cards. Like I said, although the nightmare can be memories going in, to memories can be a bit of a nightmare, but this relates to people you haven't seen for quite a while now getting back in touch with you and coming up on your path. So it's some happy times we're sharing. It's a sharing, caring card, is this. So we're sharing some new things with people from old acquaintances coming into our life there, or getting back together a little bit. The Judgment card is there, and also rising up. So although the problems are significantly showing up in the past side of the cards, I feel the Judgment is there to rise you above them all. So it doesn't matter. It's a resurrection card. It's beginning of starts of news again, the new journey, the new start. So you can get up and you can rise above any problem that's you're facing right now. The Queen of Cups is there for you. Now, as I see, Leo, it's a kind of a spoiled card, is this to me. It's like the Queen who she likes everything, but she's a lovely card, but you can be a bit emotional at times. We must have to say this because I'm feeling this with Leos at the moment. You're kind of in that part where you could shed your emotions if somebody had listened to you, that is. So it's about getting rid of the situations that you kind of keep having to come up and down around. But it's about having the things you want as well. So you're not actually feeding your soul at the moment with the things that you're nurturing that you would like to get your hands on. So a little bit of times for that emotions to come out, but having the good and things in life. But you're a very loving, caring mother figures is the Leos here. I see the Knight of Wands. Now that could relate to either remove where work is or remove where our home situation is. I'm feeling that in two ways here. So some of you Leos will be moving work and some of you will be moving home. So I'm rising up and going forward here, and this is the time to make the move forward. Now, although I'm in the future cards here, It's about action and taking action and getting moving forward. Now I see the Ace of Cups again. It's new people, new relationships, new beginnings. So it's about moving forward in the direction you want to go in. I see the Temperance is there now. That's the filling the cup here. So although I've got on the left hand side kind of feel miserable, difficult cards, to the right hand side we're working through them now. And if this is where the Temperance, she always comes in to bring you them fruits of your labours, what you've hard work, what you're working for. Hard works are flowing in. So things start to come back together, things start to get moving, and I feel like the growth is there for you to see that. And that's just about balance, so balancing everything up within your world. Now you've got a celebration on your cards also, so there'll be invitations, but also something to get together. It's gatherings again together, because the 3 brings you the gatherings. And again, where we are with this card, I feel like it's time to have that little bit of celebration. So let your hair down, don't be too serious, because the devil is giving you the little bit of overindulgence card here. So there's a celebration where you can indulge, but just be aware that where we've got the devil with you, you can be, I think, emotionally addicted. I feel like it's addiction to your emotions rather than anything else. And it's temptation card. You're tempted to go out there and start this journey now, but you can't. You're held back a little bit so you decide what you want to do. Now, we have to break free sometimes and lift off the chains to be able to move forward. But sometimes we get comfortable with what we're used to here. So again, we've got to restructure certain things around us on our pathway. So start looking inwardly, like the Temperance is showing you there. You know, your intentions is there. You've got great cards, really. I know that they're really, when I say great cards, because they're giving you a challenge, but there's nothing you can't get through there. Now I've got the Fool for you. Now again, you've got your major card, and on your ordinary deck card here at the bottom, your minor cards. So it's bringing you the 0, the 0. So I see it's doors closing and doors opening, but you've got to decide the right move and keep your head in the clouds. You know, you've got them up there at the moment, so it's stepping into the right thing with the loyalty around you and working together. So I'll leave that with you, Leos. I hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, like and subscribe for me. Do leave a comment if you feel free to do so I know I'm getting these messages over there to you, whoever you may be, and I feel that things will start to move nicely for you. So get rid of your anxiety. Use that spiritual high priestess with you. That's what she's there for, to guide you through your journey of new beginnings. So I'll leave that with you. Thank you for listening.